What up, bro? What up, sis? What up, all? This is just a quick video to communicate a message, to communicate some words, some energy to you so that you just know who I am. I'm this, but I'm beyond this. This is just a form, an image. I'm real. I'm a real dude. I'm a real being. I see, I observe, and at times I participate. Yes, sometimes I look out at the world around me and I see how things are, or I see how beings are interacting with each other, and it just doesn't seem to the highest ideal. And yet, I always look back at myself and I ask, well, if I'm observing this, number one, is that in me? Do I act like that in that circumstance? Sometimes I do. Number two, if I'm beyond that, if I no longer behave that way or have that type of negative seed in me, then what can I do to help those beings in that moment in time? How can I bring truth into the situation? So when you see something going on outside of you as you're observing, you either look at it as that's reflecting something within you that you still have to take care of or you still have to master. Or number two, if you've already mastered it, it's time for you to jump in and help out, which can be even more challenging than mastering it, because you might have to take on the role of less, if you know what I'm saying. So, here I am. This is me. It's all happening right now. Right now. It's now 30. There is no date or time in the now. It's just now. And yet, these nows move on incrementally into God knows how far into the future here as life moves on planet Earth. And yet, as you know, this thing's changing. It ain't the same reality that you lived in 10 years ago, because it's not the same reality in here. You've seen, you've perceived, you've experienced things, and you've hopefully opened up your mind to more. So, of course, even that which was there 10 years ago you never saw, you're seeing it now. You're experiencing it now, so the world seems different. The world may not be any different than it was. It's just that your experience of it seems expanded. You're still a player in the game. You're still here. You're still here, regardless of what happened. Whether you judge it as good or bad, or whether anybody else judges it good or bad, you're here right now. The past does not matter now. As soon as you start thinking about the past, or dwelling and being anxious about the future, then your decisions in the now could be affected. But right now, as a being that's real, that's here, you can start with an inquiry. You can start with a question. How best can I live now? When to talk and to be silent. Not just to say what has been said before or that you've said before, but to speak spontaneously, almost as if you're receiving cues from the universal director. Your highest self, your best self. Could your best self, could your highest self step in now? Could your highest self, could your best self step in now and always be here? To never sink, to never backslide, to never go back from this point, but to continue onward with some great momentum into the future. Some personal growth, some soul evolution, some higher knowledge, walking in the presence, walking as the presence and in the presence of the most supreme, high, love, courage, wisdom filled, truth, beauty, goodness filled being, which is called many names and called no name by some. The screen went black. I'm out. But I'm never over. And neither are you. Sayonara.